Welcome to Trucking with Liberty. Tonight we're going to do a little vlog overnight, see if I can get this all edited correctly. Currently I'm doing my pre-trip. I have a dedicated run. I don't tell where I pick up or where I deliver. Let's just say it's an intrastate load. Yes, I don't ever leave the state of Missouri. Until rates come up, that's how it's going to be for the time being. I got a little neat surprise. Won a drawing a couple of months ago from Wheel Burner. Thanks, Wheel Burner, for the merch. Right now we're just pre-tripping everything. Already did it for the most part already. Just giving it one final look around. Then we're going to be headed on the road. And I'll see how my dash cam does on recording my audio. So I'll see you inside the truck. And we're soon to be off. There's a car coming, so can't leave yet. Oh, and by the way, here's a little neat little tidbit about me. As soon as this car passes by, look at my width of the driveway. I don't know if the camera does it justice. It is quite fun getting in my driveway. I hope this doesn't put a glare. It's probably putting a huge glare on the windshield, but yeah, I got a 30-foot opening to get a, what would this be, like 65-foot vehicle in. It's quite a bit of fun. Let's go ahead and go. It's also fun getting it out. Always got to get way over to the left. Hence the reason I was parked so far over. And then as soon as I get to the pavement, cut it. And just barely avoid going into the grass. And by doing that, even with my tandem slid all the way up, my tandem still just barely clear the grass. It's quite a bit of fun.
In 1 mile, turn left on Missouri Ave.
So the road I live on, they call it a state highway. It's a very narrow state highway. I'm not going to get into specifics as to where I live. But suffice to say, it's a narrow state highway. Not much traffic on it. Fairly certain I'm the only semi that ever comes on it, though. So the most recent short I uploaded would have been that 9.7 miles per gallon short. This truck doing 55. Kid you not, got 9.7 miles per gallon. Yes, 55 makes it feel like it takes forever to get anywhere. But my run allows me to be able to do it. One nice little benefit, I have a trucker GPS, for obvious reasons. Even though I know where I'm going, I run it every single night. And the reason I do is because I have it programmed in there that the truck's governed at 55. It's not truly governed at 55. My truck's only governed on RPM. But that allows me to get a good estimate as to what time I will get where I'm going. The GPS I got is a Garmin, I think they call it a Diesel, D-E-Z-L. I would recommend it. You gotta keep it up to date. it's probably been 4 months since I went down Interstate 49 from Missouri to Arkansas.
At the roundabout, take the second
It
exit.
did not know that road even existed yet, even though I have the maps updated. So it's not fail-safe. I always keep a old-fashioned Rand McNally motor carrier Atlas in my truck just in case. If I go to areas that I don't know, I definitely double check that. I don't ever rely on this GPS unless it's a route I've done before. Which for the most part, pretty much any place in Missouri, I know how to get where I'm going. But I'll probably catch y'all whenever we get further down the road. And we're back. I'm still headed to the shipper currently. So some insights I can give as far as my dedicated run. Typically I leave the house at 2100 and typically I return at 10 o'clock the next morning. As far as why I chose this run, honestly, it was the best case to survive this market currently. I was always wanting to find something that would allow me to be home every day, and this just fit into everything. Like, I'm home every day, I get a decent rate, I don't have to fight on the spot market. In fact, this is allowing me to, maybe it's not a gamble. I feel like it's a little bit of a gamble because the guy that I used to have dispatch me, his channel is actually Snorlord, and he advertises a 1-2-3 load board. That's all he uses. He uses a DAT as well, but he predominantly tries to use a 1-2-3 load board, and starting next month I'm going to sign up for that and use that instead of DAT. And the whole reason I decided to do that is because since I'm on this dedicated run, I really don't need a load board per se. I'll use it when this run cancels. And this run has canceled a few times. The other small issue with this dedicated run, if you could call it one, depends how you look at it. It could be a pro, could be a con. But they take a lot of holidays off, and maybe holidays isn't the right way to phrase it. Like Easter, they took off Friday and Monday. I don't know what they're going to do for Memorial Day weekend. I know sometime in the summer they have a full week shutdown. So, you know, part of me is like, yeah, I won't be on that run this long. But at the same time, here it is 2 months now and I'm still on this run. I'm going to stay on this run. I mean, I say indefinitely. I don't know when I'll get off this run. Right now, it works. Honestly, I kind of prefer working overnights like this. I get probably, and this is the part that a lot of guys would not like. I mean, I probably get 4 hours of sleep at night because where the shipper's at, they take about 2 hours to load and unload me. I'm loaded both ways, by the way. It's a round trip load, loaded both ways, so whenever I get to the shipper, they're also technically the receiver. So they got to unload my whole trailer. reload it. And then whenever I go to who's going to be the receiver, they're also technically the shipper. They'll unload it and reload it. So it takes about 2 hours roughly. So on a given night, I get 4 hours of sleep at night. Honestly, that's about how much I'll get during the day. Sometimes I'll sleep like 6 hours, but quite honestly, I don't have an excuse to be tired on this front, which is really nice. But yeah, in all honesty, I'm just really glad not to be running the spot market for, like, obviously the rates are low. Most of all, I don't have to look for a date load. That is one thing, like, you guys that may not be a carrier or may not even be an owner-operator, it is very stressful finding your own loads. That's why I had a dispatcher for a little bit. I mean, just having someone else look for loads and to call me whenever he sees something. Or shoot, if you see something really good, just go ahead and book it and then text me while he's booking it to let me know. It's hard and quite stressful to try to be a one carrier guy and have to find your own loads. Load boards make it easy, but at the same time, you got to be on the load board pretty much the whole day in order to not miss anything, and even still you're going to miss something. So I don't know, I guess I'm just happy with the way it is right now. Just gonna grind this run. I mean, obviously, it gets boring, but I mean, I've done this load so many times now, I even know where the dang potholes are. I mean, like, here in 10 miles, there's a massive pothole that I have to get in the left lane for. But anyways, I might throw that one in here. You all can see the crater that's in the slow lane. But other than that, I'll probably just catch you guys after I get loaded on the way to the receiver. And there's the massive crater. So here we're looking at my trailer. I just found out that it looks like Flowblow actually quit selling that aero kit for the trailer. It's called the Flowblow trailer aero slide or aero slider, something like that. But if you look at my trailer, all this stuff adds up, and it caused my truck to get from the 6 range whenever I was doing the speed limit to the 7 mile per hour range, or mile per gallon range. On here you could see the Trans-Tec side skirt. On my tractor you could see the Flowblow kit with the wheel covers and the aero kit. Then that's the Flowblow trailer aero slider. On the back you can see the top piece just barely. It sticks up. And the side piece that's screwed on the side of my trailer, that stuff's supposed to help with the backdraft on it to where it doesn't cause a disturbance, because I guess the way it was explained to me, whenever a semi is going down the road, if it doesn't have those pieces, essentially it creates a wind tunnel to where the wind that went over the unit will actually come back and kind of pull it against the rear end of the trailer, and that results in less fuel economy, obviously. So those pieces are supposed to cut down on that to where you don't have that wind tunnel or vacuum, or however it's phrased, to where the wind just keeps going past your unit instead of
coming back and pulling on the back end of your door and the bumper and everything.
So here, I wanted to actually show you the specifics on the aero kits that I have on my unit. So this is the wheel covers. On here, there's been testing done on these, and these do save on fuel economy. But this is the wheel covers. Here is the aero kit that I got on my tractor. In the video that you just saw, you saw that. Here's the trailer aero kit. So I went back on the Wayback Machine. It's basically a time machine type thing. This site saves history of other websites. So I actually had to do this in order to even find this listed on Flowblow, because I'm guessing Flowblow quit selling them. I know whenever I bought them, they were having a hard time selling them because bigger fleets, they won't put them on their trailers because they drop and hook a lot, and their trailers could sit on months at a time. So you don't get the fuel savings if the trailer's sitting, obviously. But if you pull the same trailer every day, or if you got a fleet where the trailers are moving the majority of the year, I do believe this stuff does save on fuel. They say 2% fuel savings. I mean, you could take it for what it's worth, but in my opinion, I think it does save on fuel. It's just common sense. You don't have the air going between the wheels and pushing up against the wheels as it tries to get past the whole unit. And here is the side skirts. Now, if I were to recommend one piece of aero kit to anyone, I know a lot of people are adverse to it, but this is what I would recommend. This Trans-Tec, the side skirt especially. But then if you're going to go ahead and get the side skirt, you might as well get the whole kit. The side skirt saves a lot. That's where you're going to save the most, because if you look like on here where my cursor is, you have from the landing gear all the way back, and I don't think these tandems are slid all the way up in this photo. At least on mine, you saw in the video, there's just barely a gap big enough for you to even squeeze in. I'm not a big guy. I can barely fit in there. Bigger guys, you got to slide the tandems in order to get back there. And yeah, that's a pain if you want to get down there and grease or look under the trailer or something. But in all honesty, that doesn't bother me that much. If I need to get down there, I'll just slide the tandems, and then you got plenty of space. If you slide the tandems, then you probably got it. This is probably halfway slid, if I had to guess. You got space to get in from the front. You got space to get in from the back. I typically drive with mine all the way up because that's how you get the best fuel economy from my experience. If they're all the way up, then you got this side skirt that goes from the landing gear all the way down. And then by the time it gets to the end here, there's maybe a foot gap between the end of the side skirt and the beginning of the tires. And then with that flow blow, that wind just goes right down the side. The only thing it's going to get caught up on is the DOT bumper. And that's just a small area. I truly believe the reason I've been getting such good fuel economy is, for one, I've started doing 55. That's going to have the biggest impact by far. But two, I've added all these extra aerodynamic kits. I think it's almost insane that my truck in 2015, even though I'm doing 55, it's getting 9.5 on a regular. Last time I got fuel, it was 9.6 miles per gallon. I'm recording this right now. It's Wednesday, and I'm trying to get this edited so I could have it uploaded so you guys can watch. But
I am a big fan of these aero kits, especially the Transtech. Like I said, if you had to pick between Flowblow and Transtech, I'd get the Transtech. And if you couldn't afford the whole aero kit, just get the dang side skirt. The side skirt is what saves the most. Yeah, you got these mud flaps where they're, I don't know what you call them, but they're mesh. I think that's the term. They're mesh. They're not solid. So the wind goes through them, but obviously it stops the rocks from coming back and hitting other people's windshields.
All right, we got like an hour, 2 hour long nap. We are now heading back. With this run, I literally ping pong back and forth. It allows me the ability to get my 10-hour break at home. And in all reality, I could actually run ELD exempt with this run, as it falls within the radius needed for a short haul exemption of 150 miles. I don't use that exemption, just, I don't know, I have a feeling it'll come across DOT better if I have an ELD versus explaining to them that I'm exempt. I talked to some of my mentors about that and they agreed. So I haven't went to that yet. I don't think I ever will. I mean, one big reason I don't think I ever will is, even though every time this run has canceled, I've been able to stay within the radius with runs I got, runs that I booked instead of doing this one. Still, if the run ever cancels again, which it will eventually, or if they just don't, they're off or something for holiday, I like the ability to just be able to take whatever I can find, especially in this market. So, while it'd be nice to run without the ELD, the more I think about it, I don't know how nice it really would be. Because the ELD also tracks all my IFNet. So, I don't know. As of right now, I have no plans to get rid of the ELD, even though I can legally do it. But we are heading back now. We are actually about 40 minutes ahead of schedule. Typically our Sunday nights are like this, where is the earliest we get back is on Sundays. Sunday night, Monday mornings. So I will leave you all with that, and then I'll probably record a short little video once we get back in the yard. So I just got back to the yard, and now what I'll have to do is the paperwork for the day. Should only take me 10 minutes, because all I'm doing is sending in the invoice and the BOL to the broker. And then I got a project I have to help my wife with, and then I'll be able to get some sleep. It's currently basically 10 o'clock. I'll probably end up getting up around, probably wake up around 3 or 4, and then spend some time with the family, then go back out at it again around 9 o'clock tonight. So normally the only time I get for editing through the week is between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night. So if I get time to edit it tonight, I'll get it edited and try to throw it up. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to see whenever I get time to edit this and throw it all together. But I hope you guys enjoyed.